It's been a bit rainy. I've just finished work. Got a couple of hours before I need to get indoors, so I thought I'd crack on with maybe trying to get to this kidney-shaped scullet plate. I think that's what it's called. In place. Relatively pleased with the B post now that I've come back in and had a look at it when it's dried. But before I do that, I have some additional maintenance on the MIG welder. It's a partial, most minor fix, and the ongoing MIG welder fix. I think it's a unique channel. There's no way another way of putting it. I don't think anyone else is doing this. Most minor and MIG welder restoration projects simultaneously. Quite exciting. I'll turn the camera around and you can see why. Starting with the MIG welder, the pipe for the gas is far too short, so I can't put it on the stand, and it's also starting to get perished here. So oops, sorry about that. So I can actually hear a slight bit of hissing and what have you when I'm using it, which is no good for anybody. So I have a new piece of pipe here, which I don't know if I need to put the fittings on. Yeah, I'll probably put the whole fitting on. Let's make sure it's the same thread and it fits both sides. I have a dog eating grass or an electricity cable, one of the two. Neither are healthy. Probably the grass is more healthy. And I have another dog who's been very lazy today because it's been raining. Phoebe! There she is. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so happy. She's so... idiot. And then back to cars. So that doesn't look too bad now it's welded up. I'm pretty pleased with that. Today's job, and I don't know, and I always say this, I don't think I really will get this done today because it's going to be a lot more fiddly than I thought, is to get this piece of metal here dealt with. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. So there you go. I do know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut it out. But I don't know how much I'm going to cut out. I'm going to have to cut to at least here because it's rusty. It should have a, right where my finger is, I can't, it's difficult to show you. This should come back, but it doesn't. It should have like a little weldy bit here. Weldy bit. And on the inside, is it meant to have a weldy bit? I'm sure it is, actually. That's something I'm going to have to look at, actually, thinking about it. Because I haven't got anything on there now. Ooh. So how would I have taken the old one out? Curious. Have I built in a problem that I didn't even know was a problem because it was so rotten that I didn't know it existed? I think I have. Unless it's not welded, but I well imagine it was. I don't remember the old inner wing. I didn't need, I don't know. We'll see. Let's get the repair done for the time being. Or start the repair. The challenge I have is, where do I cut it? Do I unpick this? Or do I just leave that seam in place and weld up the edge here? I think I'm going to leave the seam in place, really. Although some of it needs to come out anyway. Is that because it's rusty? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Because I have got a new piece there to put on. Let's get the gas pipe on. Whilst I'm doing that, maybe my brain will be ticking away in the background and I'll get a eureka moment. Or maybe not. We'll see. There we have it. A bit dusty in there, isn't it? Feather duster. I mean, I'm not going to start poking around at it too much, to be honest with you, because it works. Kinda. But it could do with the dust, surely. God, this is exciting, isn't it? Middle-aged man using a Poundland feather duster on a 35-year-old MIG welder. Well, pretty sure it's unique content for a reason, but here we are. There you go. Whew. So anyway, enough of that. So, oh, I've got to take the lid off, haven't I? looks like it. So the pipe goes up here. I thought I could get to it from here, but I can't. Lid comes off. It does not come off. That's the power supply. Let's not mess around with that. So if we follow the gas pipe, it goes woo, under there, and then there. Can you see it? No, you can't. But it goes up there. So much easier. Lid stays on. Okay, so the lid. Guess what? Guess what? Oh, the lid did need to come off, and that wasn't easy. Because I couldn't really get to. Oh goodness, this is harder than it looks. Where's my finger? I can't even find my finger. Oh, there you go. Can you see down there? I don't know if you can. I've got to get to there. So now I can get to it. Hopefully I can get the new pipe on. And you'll be pleased to know I can do some more dusting. Yay! New gas pipe, which is great. It's holding quite nicely there. Holding quite nicely there. And I can put this slack, I can roll it around inside there, the cabinet. So put it all back together. One final dusting, because I know that's what this channel's all about. And then I've got to go and take the youngest swimming. So I was trying to visualise and represent what I'm trying to do, because it's quite hard to explain with all these different panels intersecting each other. So I've kind of made up here what I'm looking to, how it all needs to go together. Not really just to show you guys, it's more to so I understand how it goes together, and that what I'm cutting and drilling and things and how it all interacts. So you can see I'm only gonna cut out what I need to cut out. I'm not replacing all of this, as tempting as it may be, because I know that this geometry works, and if I can keep it give or take in line, then you know it should work. There's a bit of tolerance built in, not much, so I kind of want to use what I've got. So looking at what I need to do next, let's take this funny little jig off. So you can see here this lip here, which is it's not part of this box hinge, it's actually part of the inner wing, which comes past and returns, and this forms the seam here. So I don't know what you can see, sorry. So this part here forms this part here, and on the back side of here, is where I need to cut out and weld. So looking at it, and there is quite a lot of rust in there, and I think I may have made a boo-boo, which I think I can overcome. Let me just take this off and so there you go. Let's put that over here so that I know I will forget, and then I can use that literally as a 3D model of what I'm trying to create. Quite a good idea, that. If I do say so myself, very modest. So I think that this part here, the back of it, should have been welded onto this inner wing, but of course I've now obscured all that. I can't see that now, so I'm maybe gonna have to put some pilot holes in and find it. I think it's all just corroded away, that's why I didn't really know it was there. So my plan is to, this thing's really annoying, drill out these 1, 2, 3 spot welds. I've already taken the paint off to there, and then cut through at this level here, because I can feel that's very corroded, and then replace that part. And then with that out of the way, I might be able to see inside there better and see where I need to weld if I do need to weld. So that's the plan. So drill a few bits out, cut, and then I can use that as a template. So that's the plan. Right, well, got the guard on, got the gloves on, got the goggles on. Let's try and get this cut in. I don't know what you can see. Yeah, you can see some things. So it's pouring with rain out there. I've drilled out the spot welds here. So around just above this last spot weld, I'm going to cut a straight line through here, You can see where my glove is, and that should take out this rusty piece. It's just a flat piece of metal, and it's something I feel I can fabricate badly. Right. Must look like a gnome with a little fishing rod, don't I? And a silly hat. Fat, useless, silly old gnome that's lost a screwdriver somewhere. And doesn't really prepare for any of these videos. I don't know if you've ever realised that. I imagine you have. Anyway, I've just cut a nice straight line. I say nice straight line, it's going to be, well, not a nice straight line, but a wonky line. And what I'm trying to do here is just tease apart the spot welds. There's something just grabbing there. I might not cut all the way through just there. You know, this is the kind of stuff I didn't really know a few months ago. You start to feel things and you understand. Car kind of talks to you really and says, you haven't done something quite right. So you've got to find out what it is. Now, I'm not worried about drilling all the way through here because I'm replacing, give or take, this part anyway. So these drill holes will never be seen. I'll have to put some drill holes in to do the weld, to do like a plug weld. But it's not for concern right now. Just going to see if I can open it up a little bit further. But you know, it just popped. It was just a little teeny bit grabbing. And what I'm also learning is that it just takes a fraction of the metal to still be holding, whether it be a weld or you haven't cut properly, and it can retain an awful lot of strength in the metal. And you think you're missing something significant, like a whole weld or something, but you're not. It's just a teeny bit still holding. And again, this is something else that I've learnt recently. Well, I haven't cut all the way there. I'm struggling to get into that corner because I don't want to cut the inner wing, but I do need to cut this out. Good, do you want to take it through there? I can see where the line is now. Now I've opened it a bit, I should be able to cut through nicely. Just hooked on. That's all it is. It's literally hooked on. Here. Again, you think it's something major, and it's not. It's just where this piece of new metal go. It's good, isn't it? Rusty old bit of metal. Another one. But it's another one that's not in the car. It's another one that's now out of the car. which is, I suppose that's the main aim of all this, isn't it? Less rust in the car. Now, this is what I was talking about. You can see here, this is the last little bit of a fold that came around on the back of here that I imagine should have been welded onto the inner wing. Either it wasn't welded onto the inner wing originally, or like its previous repairs, or I just pulled it out without realising. I don't think that's what happened. I don't remember clearing that piece. Or maybe I did. I maybe need to check my old videos. But I don't remember clearing that area off and finding pop rivets, spot welds. So I'm going to have to do a little poking around, see what we've got. But this is going to, it's not a particularly straight line in the end. I thought it was. It's pretty wonky. It's not ideal. But I can use this as a template. It's still got the good metal. I think I've got, there might be a bit of corrosion there, but I'm not too worried about that. So this is going to be my template. Probably not going to do any more today, probably tomorrow morning. So the next video you'll see is probably going to be tomorrow. But let's pick this up and show you. I've invested in a tripod, by the way. That's why we're getting all these fancy, what's so fancy? As he starts chewing on an old glove, fancy videos. So I'll turn this around. Yeah. This is what we've cut out, which is pretty cool, you know. I think before I do anything else, I'm going to weld this together in here. I'm not going to get an opportunity to do that again. That will pull in, which is good. And that is basically what this welds to. Now, with regards to this area, there, I've started cleaning that. Maybe I can get some, I mean, I need to spend some time in here anyway. You can see it's pretty gashed, to be honest with you. This is some of the stuff that I've got to grind back and have another go over and spend a lot of time in here. Some of it's not so bad, you know. Got some around the seals and along that joint's okay, but in here is really, I don't think I appreciate how much sort of not tar, but you know what I mean. I don't know what it would be. Maybe it's a type of bitumen, could be. But clean all that up around here. Or maybe I just put, for this part here, I don't try and put a weld in, you know, put a weld on this side. It's not going to be ever going to be concourse, is it, this car? So maybe I do it on this side and clean it up. I'm going to check my old videos though. So yeah, the next job is weld that. Maybe I'll do that now. I'll do that now, then it's done. And then tomorrow I'll make up the new plate. Fit that new plate. It's got to be quite neat. And then what's after that? What is after that? Is it the inner wing? I believe it's the inner wing. Is it the inner wing? Well, yeah, it's the inner wing because everything then mounts onto the inner wing. So I'll probably cut that part out along there. Yeah, it will be the inner wing. Ooh. Are we sort of seeing some light at the end of the tunnel on this teeny bit of the car? Maybe. Right, I'm going to set up and just weld up that little point I've already drilled out for the spots. So I'm just going to clamp and weld them now that I'm a master at gas and things. And then that'll be it for today. I probably won't post this today. Or maybe I will. I'm going to post this today. And then tomorrow, or maybe Sunday, we can have a go at doing the repair. So thank you very much. Really appreciate the views and help. All comments welcome, preferably nicer ones. And although I can take it, I'm a big boy. I'm all right. This isn't my real life. This is just me messing around in the garage. So if you want to be mean, it's cool. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you over the weekend. And just because I did, I've got the last spot weld in there, plug weld, whatever you want to call it. Can't get that one in because it's right in the wrong place where that little sort of joggly bit is. So I've rushed stupidly, didn't clean it up properly, but I started to put a couple of stitches in there. It got nasty, so that'll need grinding down and cleaning before I go over it again. But that will hold that together nicely. So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow's plan, template, and make up this bad boy. It's horrible, isn't it? But another step in the right direction.